Tell us just first of all where you went and how you got connected with the trip.
I went to Lima, Peru, in South America, and I got connected through Brio magazine with Focus on the Family. It was just an ad in there, and I was going to go the year before, but I wasn't really sure about it, so I didn't put the app in. So the next year, my mom was like, you should really do this, you should really do this. So I sent the app in, and I came home from volleyball practice one day, and Mom was like, you got accepted. And I was really mad at her at first because she didn't tell me before about volleyball practice, but it's all right.
Moms like to keep those secrets. So now Brio's a really big magazine, and I know there's it was a huge application process,
yeah.
and it was a pretty substantial group that went down there. Now, how many people were in the overall group that you went with?
Overall, there was about 700 people. That's 100 staff and 600 kids.
Can you imagine that? 700 people going down to Peru, invading a city. I think that's pretty exciting. Tell us what you did, maybe a typical day while you were there in Lima.
A typical day would be that we'd get up in the morning, we'd eat our breakfast, have our team time with our team, and then we'd go out on our chartered bus and we'd go to a village and we'd do our spellbound drama that was like about creation, and then we'd ask them if they wanted to accept Jesus into their heart, and we'd give our testimonies and stuff. And it was like really amazing to see how many people didn't know about Christ, and they would just pour into this circle that we would create. If they wanted to come, they'd just come in the circle, and then we'd pray with them, and they were all excited to get their new Bibles and stuff that we'd give them.
Now, I skimmed over your newsletter this past week here, and how many people did you say came to know the Lord in that week while you guys were there, 2 weeks?
Over 6,000 people.
Over 6,000 people.
Amen.
Oh, come on. 6,000 people gave their lives to Jesus Christ. That's the town of Marshall, to give you perspective here. So that's pretty awesome. Tell me what it was like just interacting and being a part of the drama. And
interacting with the kids was a lot of fun because you really couldn't speak Spanish to them because I wasn't fluent in Spanish. But after a while, you kind of got what they were saying. And before we do our drama, we'd interact with the kids. We'd play soccer and clean up where we were supposed to do our drama and stuff. And playing soccer was a lot of fun because we'd always get our butts kicked because they were way better than us. And it was a bunch of little 5 and 7-year-olds playing soccer. It was really sad.
God humbles you in funny ways sometimes, doesn't he?
Yeah, it was fun.
Tell me, obviously you've already mentioned a couple of things that could be just amazing ways that God has worked. What was one way that you really saw God maybe impact your life or the life of others that you just said, wow?
One way that God impacted my life was to see all those people accept Christ into their heart. Every time that I'd see all these people pouring into the circle, it made me want to cry because I was so happy that these people were coming to know Christ, and it was just amazing.
I'm trying to remember any other questions. Maybe what's one of the now you said you're going to try to go back again. Is that true?
Yeah, I sent my app in, and I already got the acceptance letter to go again. But I'm thinking about it, and I don't know for sure if I'm going to go again, but I'm thinking about it.
All right. And one other thing I noticed from your letter was that you said how your life, the way you saw life beforehand and the way you saw life after, just in attitudes and whatnot. What have you seen to be the biggest change, or maybe I should ask the parents, the biggest change that you've seen in your life since you've come back?
The biggest change that I've seen is to appreciate more. When we were there, we couldn't flush our toilet paper because their sewage would go right into their drinking water and stuff, so we couldn't flush our toilet paper. And some places where, in the villages or whatever, they didn't have toilets, so you'd have to go to the bathroom in a hole in the ground, which really made me appreciate my toilet. And I really appreciated my food at home because every morning we would eat eggs, and I hate eggs. So we ate eggs for 2 weeks, but when I got home, I really appreciated my mom's home cooking, and I never complained about her food anymore. So
It was well worth it then. Good, good. Is there anything else that you'd like to share with the congregation?
It was a really good experience, and any teenagers that would like to go, boys or girls, I would very encourage you to go. Even like 20-year-olds can go for LITs, leaders in training, and then they can be leaders next year. But I would really encourage you to send in like an application and go, because it is a lot of fun and it changes your life forever.
Now, if someone's interested, they could see you or see your parents?
Yeah, they can see my mom or me, and I can give you the information.
Good, good. All right, well, thank you so much for sharing with us. We really appreciate it.